I'm walking down a little bridle path. Got to go and have a look, check on some fences and some trees and other bits and bobs. I'll show you it when we get there. It's actually a really nice walk. Sometimes it's nice just to get out, have a walk, especially when you're quite unfit like I am. Quite a lot of really nice paths you can take all around the country. You don't have to be stuck with wherever it is you live. You can travel out and explore. This has actually changed quite a lot since I last came here, probably 2 years ago. That's good to see. Little holly bush starting to grow. Love it. Loads of them all over the place. Little holly bushes. So I know who owns this piece of woodland, and now and again I come and have a look, check on the fence, make sure the fence is up, just generally just make sure everything's okay with it. We started making a little bit of an area over there about 2 years ago, because after owning this piece of land for a while, they decided they wanted to look after it a bit better. So the plan was to clean it all up perfectly, no leaves on the ground, get rid of a lot of the dead or invasive trees, so that the sunlight can get down, and it'll encourage bluebells, and loads of other little flowers and plants to grow, rather than it being a bland looking woods as it is now. It would be a vibrant and colourful woods. A lot of people think that interfering with woodland, cutting trees, clearing the ground, is bad. Actually, it's the opposite. It's good. Because at the moment the ground is suffocated. Sunlight can't necessarily get through. Leaves, not a lot can grow, apart from those holly trees by the looks of things. Probably thinking, well, what happened to the plan? Why is the plan not there? Why has the plan stopped? Well, I'll tell you why the plan stopped. The sort of people you get in areas like this interfere with everybody else's business. And a tree fell down. I'll show you later. There were some videos on it when I cut it down. A tree fell over the bridle path, and we noticed that it was a tree that was on this land, owned by the friend of ours, so he felt responsible for the tree. So he asked me, I said, yeah, all right then. Come along with a chainsaw one day, cut the tree out from the bridle path, stacked it up, so that now the bridle path was clear, because otherwise the council would have had to pay to remove that tree from the bridle path. We've done it for them. It was the tree on this piece of land anyway. Next thing, there's a sign up, and our friend got a letter from the council in this area to say you're not allowed to touch any trees. You're not allowed to touch any piece of foliage, If you touch any trees, cut any trees down, chop any limbs, there will be trouble, basically in a nutshell. If you want to touch any trees, you need to contact us first and ask permission. Trouble is, all these trees are owned by the friend of ours. So everything good that we wanted to do has been stopped in its tracks by the council, which is unfortunate because we really wanted to make this into a nice flourishing piece of woodland and to be able to be used by the people that own it as well, you know, come and enjoy some Sundays up, picnics and stuff like that. But that was the plan. Looks like people obviously jumped the fence and walked their dogs in this. Technically, it is actually trespassing if anybody comes on here. Not that anything would become of it, but technically it is. Sometimes it's really nice just to get out, you know, away from home, come out for a walk in the woods. I don't always necessarily come here. I go to other places, other woods, other walks. The wife just likes to sit on the settee watching TV all day, all the time, blaming everybody else for her problems. So I come and do useful things. I've checked all that side of the fence. Need to come and check this side of the fence. All these little sticks are still up. You see, that was the trouble. There was a few trees that we noticed were on the verge of falling down. That one was one of them. That one was also one of them, I reckon. Don't know about this one. This one's obviously fallen down in the recent future. Recent future? Recent past. Not the recent future. That one over there. Bloody hell. We wanted to get rid of these, chop them down before they fell, in case anyone happened to be here when they fell down, but we weren't allowed to. So they have just fallen on their own. Quite hefty trees. That one's a monster. Look at this one over here. This one's a serious monster. Incredible. Look at that. This was standing. That was standing. The last time I was here, that was standing, because I can remember standing against it going, look how big that is. That's a monster old tree, that one. Yeah. Anyone who knows their trees, what type of tree is this? Maybe might be some of you that know. What do you call trees? You know, that when you the subject of trees and that. What is it called? Agronomy, I think, is grass, isn't it? Agronomy. What's trees? I don't know. A tree surgeon is someone who chops trees down and does stuff with trees. But what is the name for studying trees? Don't know. Anyway, anyone knows what that is? Is it a birch? What is it? I haven't got a clue. I don't know enough about trees. But anyway, let's go down here. I've got to go and make sure the rest of the other side of it's all right. I just like to listen. It's raining ever so slightly at the moment. Look how much lighter this part is now that tree's gone. Look how much lighter all it is, and I reckon given, I don't know, a few more months maybe the beginning of next summer, because we're in the 1st of October now. All this will probably be full of flowers and stuff. What we want to avoid is bramble bushes and things like that, but I don't think we'll get too many of those around here. Might do, but I shouldn't think so. The idea is to keep it a woods, but a healthy woods, because as I've said, just left to its own devices, it'll stay as it is, you know. Trees will grow. Fungus on that tree, look at the fungus. That'll all grow, you know. But sometimes woods and forests need a bit of intervention in order to keep them regenerating. People do think it's bad, but it's not. It's actually good to help them. Anyway, this little creek, which isn't a creek at the moment, during the winter, when there's a fair bit of rain, this is actually a flowing creek. We've had a very dry summer, so at the moment it's not a creek at all. It's probably just muddy. If I was to walk in there, I'd probably get quite muddy. Yeah, bit of mud there, look. Looks like there's a log fallen, so the creek can't go under that culvert. Might have to go and have a look at that in a minute. Anyway, everything seems okay. These have all fallen down as well. This is the trouble, there's quite a lot of fallen trees. Obviously, just left alone, these will all rot, like this one started to do. That'll all rot down and compost into the ground, which would be good, obviously. Ferns, that's what we want to try and encourage. Look at that fungus on that one. That's what we're trying to encourage. We like ferns, some people don't, but we do. And you know, just general wood life. You can see where this tree's fallen. It would be nice to be able to replace the dead trees like these ones, and maybe, or even that one, there's nothing left of that one. Replace them with new ones. Blimey, I'm going to have a look over there in a minute. I think I've just spotted the mother of all ants' nests. I could be wrong. Anyway, the council don't like it, and neither do the people around this area effectively, but it would be nice to be able to just get rid of all the dead ones, everything which is not really doing anything, make it look nicer, but also plant some more trees to grow. These trees probably been here for 30, 40, 50 years. I think this has been a woodland for 200 something years. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know what it was before it was a woodland. Maybe it was just a field, I don't know. But it would be nice to be able to replace the dead things which are no longer any good with something new, like new trees. Plant some trees which will grow and last for hundreds of years. Let's go and have a look at that. I've got a funny feeling that might be the mother of all ants' nests. Ants are very prevalent round here. They love it round here. Well, it's not as big as I thought it was, but it's definitely a great big ant nest. If this camera's going to pick them all up or not. All moving around. Brilliant. Yeah, they're everywhere. And if you're not careful, they get in your wellies, they get in your shoes, in your pants. Oh, they get everywhere. I even found a couple in a place I didn't expect them to be as a man. Let's go and have a walk down here and just see about this culvert. I'm assuming there's a culvert there, I can't remember now. As I say, it's probably been 2 years or so since I was here last. It's not all that often I get a chance. The friend of ours that owns this piece of woods, I don't know how often he comes here really. I think he checks on things relatively often, but now and again, if I'm ever passing, or if I get the chance, I come and have a look. Ah, there's a path, look. You can see where people go. They come off the footpath, public bridleway, and come over here onto this piece of property. Okay. Let's see where all those trees have fallen. Ah yes, there is a log and it's just in front. But having said that, that's been cut. That's not fallen. That's been cut and looks like it's been placed there. Looks like somebody's placed that in front of the culvert on purpose, as if to flood the place. That tree's been there a long while. So it was just up here where the tree fell over. This is a bridle path, you can see by all the horse poo everywhere. It's a bridle path, this whole path is. It's for people as well, obviously. Interestingly enough, you're not allowed bicycles. No. It says bicycle free zone on the post. Does that mean you're allowed tricycles and quad cycles? I don't know. Tell you what though, I need to do some more exercise more regularly because I'm puffered. Somebody's lost a piece of blue roll, probably used to wipe their bottom. Anyway, rather picturesque. Just up here is where the tree fell, and we cut it back because it was a big tree, like what we see over there. Big tree fell over, completely blocking the bridle path. Completely. I mean, if you was on foot, you could have stumbled over it, but that was it. Here it is. Here's the remains of it. And we cut it here. Great big tree there, look. And it had gone completely over this path. And as I say, if you was on foot, you could have stumbled round or stumbled over it perhaps. But if you was on a horse or anything like that, you would have been in trouble. And horses do come down here very, very regularly. It's a well-used bridle path. So we cut it back, put some of the wood there. We gave a lot of the wood away to people that have log burners that I know quite a few people that have log burners. and we stacked the rest of it up on the sides and said, I think there's a little sign there, free wood. You know, take it. If you have a log burner, take the wood. But apparently the council didn't like that, and neither did the local residents, unfortunately. So we just tried to do a good thing. It was as simple as that. But here we go. All the fences are up. Everything seems okay. Nothing untoward here, apart from that random dog frisbee. Happy days. You can go out here, look, and you can see nice wide open areas. Fantastic. Really, really nice. Don't think this is part of any footpath, but it's really good open wide land. It's very hot today. It is raining, but it's very hot and humid. Certainly don't need to be wearing a coat. Well, I put it on because I wanted pockets, and it started to rain, so I thought I'll wear a coat. But yeah, nice. Let's go and find our way back. Thanks for joining me on my little walk. I was only passing, so I thought I'd come and check on this. And yeah, thanks for joining me, you lot. I really, really recommend that if you need to go out, and if you just feel like you just need a walk, a bit of a reset, go and have a walk around your local woods, or around, even if you just go down the park for a walk. It's nice. Listen to the trees, the rain. Hopefully you can hear it because it sounds beautiful. And there's something about being completely alone in a forest or woods. Or are you completely alone? Bigfoot may be around the corner, but there's something fantastic about it. I'll see you later on. Take care. Thanks for joining me. All the best. Maybe in the future I'll come here because there's plenty of trees to string wires from, and I could bring a radio. We're on a bit of a hill. I could string a wire quite high up in some trees with a little pulley and see who we can talk to for the day. Could be a ham radio camping trip. Possibly. That was the plan years ago when we started to clear it. I thought this would be great. Could do a little day here and have a bit of ham radio. Plenty of trees, opportunities for antennas all over the place. Anyway, see you later. All the best. Take care.